We invite you to join our prayer broadcast every day at 8:15 a.m. and 8:15 p.m. Mountain Time. Send us your prayer requests or schedule a private prayer session by emailing prayer@ntmedia.org. And now, it's time to pray together.
Hello, folks. Welcome. It's time for morning prayer for Sunday, January 12th, 2025. My name is Muro. I'm a prayer practitioner here on the New Thought Media Network. My pronouns are he and him. I am delighted and honored to spend time with you in prayer once again. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be, this opportunity to express the love of the one. So good. Thank you. All right. So today I wanted to share another reading for you. This is also based on Science of Mind magazine, January 2025, a piece that was written by Ellen Castro. This is what she said. She said, our expectations and narratives impact our experience. Today, I consider everything a coaching moment. Every experience serves us well. Every experience is a rehearsal for the next. There are no failings, only learnings. I love this. You can take any piece of this and probably improve your day. If I do consider everything to be a coaching moment, if I do consider that there are no failings, only learnings, wow, that opens up my life quite a bit. Quite a bit. So I'll invite you to think about what you bring, not in terms of your energy or in terms of your intention, but in terms of your narrative to a given experience. There are facts, and then there's the narrative. So consider, is your narrative actually providing something beneficial to your experience? Are you willing to accept the idea that there are no failings, that there are only learnings? Let's take this into prayer. I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze if you're comfortable doing so. Allow yourself to be fully present to this moment. As I breathe into this moment, I know that I am breathing into the life of the one. I'm allowing myself to feel that connection. I am allowing myself to know deep down inside how well connected I am to the one. And so I look at my day, look at it before it has actually begun, and I think of what is coming. Do I choose to portray the day as difficult, as challenging, or do I view it as an opportunity? I look at an event that I have coming up. And do I look at it with dread? Do I look at it with anticipation? Do I look at it with excitement? I consider a test that I have to take that's going to tell me something about a medical condition. What narrative do I create around that test? What narrative do I create around the possibility of what that test might tell me? Do I create a narrative that is doom? Do I create a narrative that is frightening? Or do I create a narrative that is one of faith and one of hope and one of expectation of the greatest good, with the understanding and the knowledge that greatest good does not always look the same to each of us? And so I know that I have the grace of the One, and I know that I have the wisdom of the One. And these are here to make my life on this plane so much easier. And yet there are times that I don't even think of them. There are times that I flounder. There are times that I just sit and wonder, how am I going to get through this? And then I remember. I remember either the truth of who and whose I am, or I remember that I have people that I can turn to, or that I have practices that I can turn to, that can help lift me, help raise my vibration out of the depths, away from fear and uncertainty, and lift them with the power of love, with the power of faith, with the power of the belief in that connection, to the power of the recognition of the connection that I have with the One. I look at how I have dealt with problems in the past. I look at what I have learned from that. I see the places in which I have held myself back. I see places in which I was able to propel myself forward. I see places in which I was able to choose to get support, to choose to get more knowledge, to choose to be a part of something rather than to isolate. All of these are choices that I can make as long as I remember that I can grow, that I can learn, that I can expand my consciousness, my understanding of who and whose I am. And that no action is wasted. Yes, some actions definitely are not to my benefit. They don't move me forward in and of themselves. But the narrative that I create around that is where my retribution, if you will, comes in. my compensation, my ability to take something that seems so wrong and find the right in it. Every so-called misstep gives you more information about what the proper step is. Everything that I say that backfires on me is a lesson. I get to take each lesson, bring it in, absorb it, understand it, see the truth of what it is telling me. And again, thinking of narrative, remembering that as something is brought to me that I can see is not what I had wanted, not what I had intended, I get to choose my narrative. Is my narrative going to be one of embarrassment? Is it going to be one of shame? Is it going to be one of anger with myself? Is it going to be one of sadness? Or is it going to be one that says, look at what we have learned? Yes, sometimes learning is painful. There are times that learning is not necessarily fun, but learning is always beneficial. And I also recognize that in my narrative, if I do not truly learn, and I simply create a narrative that's adequate, a narrative that serves my purpose but doesn't quite get to the heart of things, I can probably expect that same experience to recur. I can expect that same situation to recur. And it will continue to recur until such time as I face the reality of it. Until such time as my narrative matches the reality of it. Until such time as I can take who and whose I am, with all of the wisdom, with all of the love, with all of the compassion, with all of that, and see not simply the surface, but see within. See the true meaning. That is how I will bring true meaning to my life. And how I will bring a meaningful experience, a fulfilling experience to the world itself. Always holding to the idea that even one person can make a huge difference in this world. And so I hold that truth. I hold on to that strength. I hold on to that narrative of peace and love and harmony. And I allow that to inform my actions and my reactions. I learn. I grow. I'm grateful. And so it is. Hello, Akmal. Peace and paradise to you as well. Good to see you. All right. So, today, think of your narratives. Think of ways in which you can just absorb all of the goodness and release all that does not serve. That will suit you well. That will serve you well. All right, folks. So I invite you to always remember that you are loved. And yes, you are loved. Much love. Much, much love. I'll see you soon.
On behalf of everyone at New Thought Media Network, thank you for being a member of our virtual family. Your financial contributions help share the New Thought message with people from around the world. Please visit and contribute at www.ntmedia.org/donate. New Thought Media Network, come be you. And please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace and blessings.